focusing. Hello! It has been such a long time, a few months I think, since I've last posted a video, and I am really sorry. I just have had a lot of stuff going on. However, uni has finished. I have my masters, which is so incredibly exciting to say. And I apologise if you can hear drilling. Someone is doing some drilling outside, which is very annoying. Apologies if I keep changing size and angle of frame. My camera keeps going out of focus, so if I'm looking a bit off camera slightly, I'm trying to just make sure that I am still in focus. Though I have been quite quiet for the past few weeks and months, sorry, again, with my blogging and just general presence on tea places or chatting about tea, the past 2 and a bit weeks actually have been really exciting and busy for me in getting back into tea and blogging. So 2 weekends ago I was up at Mount Edgecombe for the Great British Summertime Festival, and I'd been asked to do some tea tastings, which was really exciting and was weird to be there and not selling. I was sort of selling my services and offering something to people there rather than trying to sell to people, as I'm so used to doing at trade shows and markets and things like that. And so when I was prepping for it, I realised actually I didn't have any Chinese green teas on me. I think I've drunk my last one over Easter time, I think. So I thought, oh, I need some more teas, as if I need any excuse to go and actually buy any more. And thought this would be a great opportunity to actually buy from Jing, because I haven't tried their teas at home. I've tried them out drinking in places, at cafes and such, but I haven't actually bought any. So I bought a silver needle and a organic Jade sword. And I have to say I'm really excited about this. Was really excited. I have actually drunk it since, and it was interesting. I did a censure comparison and this tea comparison with the people that I was doing the workshops with, and I did prefer this, which I still love both as separate teas, but this I think definitely was a popular one, and people, as far as they didn't sort of say it quite like this, but I think people really liked that it wasn't like the green tea that you traditionally find in supermarkets and tea bags where it's just tastes horrible. This stuff is so good. So it is it says on here, whole leaf organic green tea picked in the spring of 2015 in Hunan province, China. So Hunan is on I have a little map down here I'm just looking at, southeast part of China, sort of not in central mainland, but sort of a little bit back from the coast. And I guess you can almost get that almost marine-ness to it, but it is such a beautiful smell with it. So clean, rounded, full and grassy with palate refreshing finish. And I think you can definitely get that with the smell. It's fresh, and those fresh greeny smells that you get from almost censures, where it's sort of, I get a bit of spinach and lettuce, but also cucumber and kind of melon a little bit. There's almost a sweet note to it. The leaves are beautiful. They are sort of a gorgeous bright green emerald colour, really long twisted leaves, and it smells fantastic. I really love, out of focus again. Really love this smell, and I think because I am such a fan of the censures and matcha and Japanese greens, that I haven't actually really explored Chinese greens so much. So this has been a real beautiful introduction to it that I'm so pleased that I've actually been able to try accidentally rather than being given and sort of having preconceptions of it. I did order out of a bit of necessity, and yeah, really delighted that I have. So I brewed 1 cup of the dried leaf in my little glass teapot. Brewed it with water from, I think it would be about 75 degrees. I boiled it to 80 and then left it a bit while I set up my camera and bits. So I think it had cooled down a bit by the time that I infused, and it does say with 80-degree water, so mine was just a little bit cooler, but I kind of personally, I think I overbrewed it when I did it the last time. When I overbrewed it, I think I'd made it a bit too hot, the water, so I'm sort of keen to try it. It's not quite a golden, like a straw golden. I think it's more kind of like a golden silk, sort of, or golden in water, or in early, I always say early spring, but just this sort of, it's not a burning gold or orange, but a really lovely, delicate, with a hint of green to it. And the scent as you get in smelling, again, is really sweet, that kind of spinachy salad, but with the hint of, I really do get kind of melon or even honeysuckle, but not a super sweet honeysuckle that you might get in a white tea, but a green sweetness. And the flavour is really, really lovely. You get kind of a really moreish at the kind of back of my throat, but the flavour is kind of quite balanced across the whole of your tongue. You get a tip of sweetness, but it sort of then goes to the back as well, which is really nice. And I think I brewed to 3 minutes, and probably just because it was just under with the temperature. Actually, there's no stringency at all, which is always, I find, a real problem with supermarket or sort of substandard tea-bagged green teas. If you go out to a cafe or tea room or something and you order a green tea, it's always boiling hot water. It's the same for all the types of teas you get and coffee, and then they just put the bag in straight away, and it's often then you forget to check the time, and it's just bitter and horrible, whereas this is just delicious and sweet. It's got a real freshness to it, and I can see it being a really nice kind of palate cleanser. It is neither sweet nor savoury. But I think as well, actually, it would go really beautifully with desserts such as apple crumble, or say maybe some kind of maybe even some kind of fruits of the forest-y flavours where it is very sweet, but actually there's a very natural, I don't know, not natural, but that kind of, in the same way that sometimes raspberries aren't necessarily always very sweet, but actually they've got that kind of beautiful cleansing flavour to them. I hope I make sense. This is sort of how I think with eating and pairing. So I think I definitely agree with the description of it being clean, rounded, full and grassy. I think grassy is probably not quite entirely the right word for me. It's so much more than that. I think it's got that real depth of flavour, but without it playing too much across your tongue or sort of with after flavours necessarily, but it's definitely a moreish tea. And I think just sort of one of those brilliant, I don't want to say standard teas, but sort of that it's one that I could definitely see drinking every day. It is the middle of the afternoon as I'm recording this, and I do feel like I'm lagging slightly, and I think this is a really nice one either to start your morning with, or even just if you're looking for that slight sweet perk me up kind of tea. I think this could definitely be one of those ones that I go to drinking most days. On the website, so I've got my laptop in front of me, it says the brightest and most refreshing organic green tea, the best green tea you'll find for everyday drinking. So I definitely agree with that. And I really recommend going and checking Jing out and this tea. It really isn't that expensive, and I think the quality is definitely there. I'm so pleased to have found this tea, and I'm really excited that I managed to get a big enough packet that I will be able to drink it, and I didn't buy sort of a small little sample packet for the tastings. But if anyone is looking for a good green tea to start trying out, exploring with them green teas, don't go and buy it in the supermarket. Check these guys out and get this tea. It's the organic Jade Sword. Definitely one I've been enjoying drinking and would highly recommend it to everyone else who likes green tea or is interested in trying green tea. So I am back and I am going to be videoing, I don't want to say weekly, but I'm going to try to. I hope everyone is well and having a great summer, and I will definitely see you soon because I'm back. See you later. Bye.